Washington, this is VOA News. I'm Ray Kouguell reporting. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu issues another warning about Iran. Mr. Netanyahu says the United States and Israel agree on the need to keep Iran from getting nuclear weapons, but disagree on how to achieve that goal. The comments came Monday, a day before the Prime Minister is scheduled to make a speech to the U.S. Congress. Speaking in Washington, Mr. Netanyahu said the disagreement with the U.S. grows out of different perspectives because Washington worries about security, while Israel must worry about survival.
Iran envelops the entire world with its tentacles of terror. This is what Iran is doing now without nuclear weapons. Imagine what Iran would do with nuclear weapons. And this same Iran vows to annihilate Israel. If it develops nuclear weapons, it would have the means to achieve that goal. We must not let that happen.
In Monday's speech to a pro-Israel lobbying group in Washington, Prime Minister Netanyahu said he respects President Obama and that the relationship between Israel and the U.S. remains strong. In an interview with Reuters news agency at the White House Monday afternoon, the president said there is a substantial disagreement between his administration and the Israeli government over how to achieve their shared goal of preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. But he said the rift will not be permanently destructive to U.S.-Israeli ties. Top diplomats from the United States and Iran began another round of nuclear talks Monday. Secretary of State John Kerry and his Iranian counterpart, Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif, met for an hour in the lakeside city of Montreux, Switzerland, as part of ongoing discussions over the future of Iran's nuclear development. Iran's critics say its nuclear efforts are intent to nuclear weapons, while Tehran says it's for peaceful means. This is VOA News. U.S. Secretary of State Kerry is urging the UN to investigate human rights abuses in separatist-controlled eastern Ukraine. Secretary Kerry spoke Monday in Geneva to the UN Human Rights Council after talks with Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Russia and Ukraine have agreed on a gas delivery deal through the end of March, despite the conflict over pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine. The agreement Monday ensures the two countries will fulfill a winter package of Russian natural gas for Ukraine, which runs out at the end of the month. Both sides had previously threatened to back out of the deal, which put in jeopardy gas supplies to the European Union. Iraqi troops and militia fighters attacked Islamic State militants in a key area north of Baghdad Monday, the first full day of a highly publicized offensive to recapture the city of Tikrit. Ground troops advanced on multiple fronts with support from airstrikes. The operation includes an estimated 30,000 members of Iraq's military, Shiite militias, and Kurdish Peshmerga fighters. The Islamic State group has held Tikrit since June. Discrimination, racism, Islamophobia, and anti-Semitism are among the many issues to be explored at the current session of the U.S. Human Rights Council. Lisa Schlein has more on the 4-week meeting.
By video link from New York, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon weighed in on the importance of nations to do their utmost to combat human rights violations which continue to escalate in many parts of the world.
From discrimination and inequality to oppression and violent extremism. Our shared challenge is to do far more to keep these and other abuses from occurring in the first place.
Highlights of the 4-week council session include presentations by the independent commissions of inquiry on Syria, Eritrea, and the 2014 Gaza conflict. Lisa Schlein, Geneva.
Nigeria's Boko Haram militants have released a video showing the beheading of 2 men in the group accused of spying. The 6-minute video shows masked militants with long knives standing behind 2 men forced to kneel on the ground. The video does not show the moment of the killings. There is no indication where or when the beheadings occurred. The UN says it now fears hundreds of boys were abducted last month in South Sudan and forcibly recruited as child soldiers. UNICEF says it believes the suspected kidnappers are from a militia aligned with South Sudan's military. Venezuela's government is giving the U.S. 2 weeks to slash the size of its embassy staff in Caracas to 17 diplomats as tensions between the two nations rise. The move coming after Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro lashed out over the weekend at what he called U.S. conspiracies against the socialist government, and he ordered the foreign ministry to reduce the number of officials. I'm Ray Kouguell in Washington.
That's the latest world news from VOA.